Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna do energy check-in number 2. I've posted energy check-in number 1 a while ago, and I've been meaning to do these a lot more periodically, but we're just getting to the second one. We just started a new year and we had so many celebrations recently, so I kind of want to do another check-in at this time because I figured it's a good time right now. So I already have the cards pulled out, but I wanted to start with these really beautiful pictures of doors and portals to get your reading started. So you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pick whatever is most resonating with you. Go with whatever you kind of feel called to, like whatever you kind of want to jump into or open the door. So pick from your heart and then we'll see you at your reading. Welcome pile 1 to your reading. So you picked this door/doorway. Really beautiful. I'm already getting like earth energy, earth vibe. So 3 of Cups. A toast to friendship in the afternoon sun, 3 cups in happiness, 3 cheers are done, and this a celebration is near. So really beautiful card hinting at friendship, celebration. So we're gonna get started with your energy check-in. So I'll start with the chakra card to see kind of what is central in your life right now. And you have the root chakra with bear and protection. So here, I'm kind of feeling that, you are asked to come home to yourself. There's a lot, I feel, waiting to come to you. A lot of, I feel like energy from other realms and also energy that is finally manifesting. A lot of blessings, a lot of happiness, a lot of adventure wanting to come to you. And this card says, go inward and connect to the space of shelter and inner wisdom. You are protected. So this could kind of be, with especially this card that hinted at relationships. Perhaps you've kind of had a challenging journey when it comes to relationships, whether it's romantic or friendship or your colleagues, whatever it may be, just connecting with people, and that's been a challenge for you. And I feel like it's time for you to kind of come home to yourself, connect with yourself, know that you are worthy on your own. You don't need validation from others. You have a lot to offer, and you're kind of like asked to make peace with that. You're asked to feel comfortable, happy, and whole within yourself so that you won't need to attract any relationships to kind of prove that to you or validate that point for you. So right now, the energy that is kind of influencing your life is mostly coming from the root chakra, that is asking you to ground and get connected and know that you belong, know that you are worthy, because I feel that there's more wanting to come to you. So let's pull some more cards. Spirit Keeper of the South. Yeah, so the South has to do with warmth, sunshine, celebration, summer. So it could be that, summer may be a time frame for you where things are gonna start to bloom. Things are gonna start to come together for you. And perhaps there's a lot of celebration, there's adventure, lots of activity coming through soon. So you're kind of asked to rest and get prepared for it. Not just like rest in terms of physical rest, you know, like sleeping or napping, really connecting with yourself and shutting out what other people may be telling you about who you are, and understanding who you are for yourself and knowing that you are worthy. Yeah, and with this light too, I feel that your solar plexus chakra will soon be activated over summer. Or, I mean, chakras are always active. It's not that like they go on and off, but there are times when, you know, they're trying to communicate with us, or a certain chakra is more active than another. And in that sense, a certain chakra may not be as strong as the other chakras, because there's something energetically that you're supposed to learn and recognize and transcend. So that's kind of what is going on here. And your solar plexus chakra also has to do with self-worth and confidence and connection and enjoyment and celebration. And for you to kind of harness the full power of that, the full, make the best of what is coming to you, it's important that you feel safe within yourself, that you know that you are protected, you are worthy, you are fine exactly as you are, and you don't need to prove yourself to anybody. You don't need to, you know, try to get someone to stay in your life. You're just kind of, you'll naturally attract whoever is meant for you. So yeah, like with this, that's the energy that's coming in. So I want to look at more cards. Separate. Okay. Yeah, so with this again, I feel that, you know what it is? Perhaps you look at other people sometimes and kind of imagine they have something I don't, but what this specific energy here is telling you is that, you know, rather than see that as separate, rather than see that as something, oh, because somebody else has it, I don't have it, where you're kind of separating yourself from another, say you shift your perspective on that and you say, hey, because it's possible for someone else, maybe it's also possible for me. You know, so then you kind of unite, you kind of, you don't see the other as separate. You also see that, you know, whatever is happening for other people, or whatever other people have that maybe you kind of want for yourself, like perhaps you want to be more confident, maybe you want to be more outgoing, it's possible for you too. And the journey right now for you is to just, first step is to understand that. And then the second step is to kind of build that within you. And then once that journey is complete, and I feel like it'll be in the summer where, you know, another couple of months where you just kind of use this time to refresh yourself and reevaluate yourself and make way for more things to come to you. So I'm going to pull these two cards later. So I'm going to keep them right here, and I want to pull tarot. This is a really beautiful tarot deck, and I don't think I've used it in a video so far. So I'm really excited to kind of use it live. Six of Cups, Seven of Swords, the Chariot, the Tower, and Temperance. So you have three major arcanas here. yeah, so with this, I feel like there is that sense of wanting community, wanting to feel accepted, wanting to feel, a sense of belonging, to be together, wanting to experience that with another, whoever it is, whether it's a partner or a friend or community. You're kind of looking for deep, meaningful connection, I feel. And perhaps like who your journey so far has not been too fulfilling for you. And that's because there's something within you that you need to recognize. You need to recognize your own value. You need to recognize that you are worthy and you have a lot to offer. And if someone isn't matching that, they're not for you. You need to let them go. So when you connect with your higher self, and I feel like here too, with the two of like the same species connecting, that's kind of jumping out to me. So with that connection happening, that's you and your higher self. I feel it's you and you. And when you have that sense of confidence from within, sense of self-worth strong within you, you will automatically attract not just the right connections, but the right opportunities. You'll really see your life turn around, I feel. So that's what this is asking you. This is that initial connection where you kind of just come home to yourself. You feel safe within. You know that you are protected. You know that you matter. And then once you do that, perhaps the conflict around you will become clear. You're gonna spot more clearly the people who are not respecting you. So maybe in the past you've attracted people and then it's taken you a while to realize that, oh my God, they weren't good people. They weren't, or at least to you, and they weren't healthy for you, and maybe you didn't recognize that quick enough. But once this connection with your higher self is deepened, that'll really bring out your self-esteem. That'll change your energy, so you'll recognize those people more quickly, and that'll bring around a shift in your relationship, a very major shift, major transformation happening here with these three cards. The Chariot's about movement, about power, about knowing you're worthy. Who rides a chariot? Someone important, right? A king, or someone who's in a place of high value and power. So when you recognize your own worth that way, not from an egotistic way, but knowing that you are worthy, your life will shift kind of dramatically and very quickly, I feel. And you'll kind of notice that over time, you really haven't lost anything. You'll attract everything you need. And the shift in perspective is also important. That's coming up again, because whatever you're looking at and comparing yourself to other people, know that it's possible for you too. Just because someone else has it doesn't mean that it's not for you, or that you're not worthy enough somehow. You can have everything you desire, and what you desire is not based on what someone else has or someone else thinks. What you desire is based on what you truly want, right? From your heart, from in a very intimate place, from yourself. So that's kind of the overall energy that is coming up here. That's what it's asking you to do. Know what you want from within yourself. Know your worth from within. So then no one outside can really tell you, can really affect you as much anymore. So let's see what other cards you have. Oh, wow. Great. You have worth here. These cards. You have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. So that said it in one sentence, what I was trying to say in a whole reading. I'm going to read it again. You have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. So yeah, you know, you are already worthy. You just have to recognize that within yourself. And this is not about affirmations. This is not about just changing a belief. It's a very physical inner transformation where once you kind of complete this transformation, there's no going back anymore. It's not something temporary. It's, you know, it might take a while or a little bit of time to kind of transform fully, but once it happens, there's no going back to what was. So let's pull a final card. You have the Miriam with sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. So again, with the two of the same species, that motif kind of resonating, and you kind of see here too, they're one of each kind coming together. That to me is saying you and your higher self. You don't need anyone externally to validate you because you have it within you and you've had it all along. And once you recognize that, your life, there's a really drastic shift waiting to happen. More confidence, more celebration, more of attracting what you actually want rather than attracting something that ends up being a lesson, or that, you know, they just came into your life to show you something, make you aware of something. None of that anymore. Now it's about like enjoyment and fun, and true connection. So this is really beautiful, pile one. I hope that message resonated. And this card also explains, you know, that energy very clearly. It says, choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Again, no boundaries. And this card that is talking about the separation that you're feeling, you could have and you can manifest everything within you. This is, you know, throughout your life. So don't expect, oh, you know, someone else had that and I want it now. So it's not something that'll happen like snap, you know, but your transformation is actually happening internally. And that, I feel the timeline on your pace of transformation has quickened. And once summer comes, I think slowly that's when you'll notice the shift. And then from then on, it's kind of irreversible, where you're just gonna keep going, and you're gonna keep attracting people that really kind of nourish you and also really respect you. And they know your worth, they recognize your worth. So you're gonna notice that change happening this summer, and then it's gonna keep going from there. So I hope this message resonated, pile one. Let me know if it did. I'd love to hear about it. And we'll see you again next time. Take care. Welcome, pile two, to your reading. So this is the card you picked. And I hope you can see it on camera, but there's a little bit more detail on this door that it's just so subtle and beautiful, and I love it. So your message is sunset. Time here turns to release and unfurl. Old cords of pain fade as the sun's light burns. Wow, okay. So lots of endings and new beginnings. So especially things that, old cords of pain. So from past lifetimes, things that have bothered you for a long time, all those are being released, and a new chapter is coming up for you. So we're going to start with the chakra card first, because I want to see like the main chakra. You have the throat chakra, and you have the goddess of vibration, truth. Allow all your words and actions to reflect your truth. This is so lovely with the goddess coming through here, especially. I feel that you actually have the capability to channel, and if you have not done that before or tried that, it doesn't necessarily mean channeling like through an entity. It simply means manifesting from nothing. So the throat chakra is tied with the element of ether, which is the sky. So it's like, it's something that you can't really see, but it's there. It's space, essentially. As far as you can see in the universe is space, but you can't really see what space is. So it's the concept of like everything is nothing and nothing is everything. So with you, I feel that you can bring information from the ether, from nothingness into form, into everything. And in your case, specifically with this card in the throat chakra coming up, it could mean through words. So perhaps one of your gifts is kind of, it could be singing, it could be talking, it could even be chanting, it could just be, it could be public speaking, but it doesn't necessarily have to be something like a career or, something big. It could simply be that you give people hope, and you kind of give people hope when there's nothing. Something like that. It's the concept energetically of there being nothing, but you can manifest something with that nothing and give it meaning, give it purpose, give it feeling, emotion, whatever it is. So this could translate to many different things. I also see the third eye and the heart chakra kind of highlighted here. So it could also be that you're a healer. You could definitely be a public speaker, or speaking or teaching or talking is a very important part of your journey. You could also be, kind of like a mystic, where you channel information from the Akashic records, because that's the element here. Akasha means space or ether or sky, and the Akashic records are, that's what they are. They're memories, they're historical events. They're stored in these Akashic records, which are housed in the element of ether. So if you can read the Akashic records, that's basically what you're doing. You're translating what is in the record. But that record is not necessarily a physical book or a physical form. It's kind of, like space. It's in a different, like a different element, a different vibration. Could even be different worlds. We're talking about space and sky, right? So there may be worlds that we can't see, but you are able to, you kind of connect with those worlds with your throat chakra. And with her speaking, with the air kind of coming out of her mouth, or to me, it's like, I said air, and what I mean by that is like words or thoughts, or, you know, expression. So yeah, like I could go on with this forever, but you are a channel, and with the goddess coming here, there's kind of blessing involved, and your task is also sacred. And this could be a very broad range. Keep in mind, you could be a teacher, you could be a mystic, you could be a healer. Many things possible here, but the point is that you have the skill to channel and manifest, but based on this card, there's something, old cords or old memories, something that is kind of blocking you from doing this freely. So let's look into your cards. Spirit of air. Okay, this is funny because even though it says air, you know, air's, I said air's coming out of her mouth, but as you can see, it's blue, which is the color of the throat chakra, and we're seeing sky here. So we're seeing ether, we're seeing the throat chakra highlighted very strongly in your reading. And with the air also being a subtle, oh, you also have dark and light, which is the element of the third eye chakra. So these three chakras are very strong for you right now. There's something that you're supposed to learn with respect to those chakras. They could be kind of acting strongly at this point in your life. So you could be having vivid dreams. You could be maybe feeling a little overwhelmed at this time, and maybe you kind of need a way of expressing all these things. So expression, communication, all that is highlighted for you. If you don't feel comfortable expressing or communicating to another person, use a journal, or talk to yourself, talk to your higher self. Just release it, let it out. Whether it's through singing, talking, chanting, your throat chakra needs to be free. So there's something that is wanting to be released, so that this transformation, this channeling part, this purpose, whatever this is, to make way for that, something needs to be released. So let's take a closer look there. Resistance. Okay, yeah, so there's something clearly that's like a block, or you're meeting resistance while you are trying to do this, maybe. So if you are a public speaker, or anything, you know, you could be like a tarot reader like me, where you're trying to express certain concepts and you're having trouble with that. You could be, you know, a teacher, a professor, someone maybe in your office who you have a presentation coming up or something. So it can mean anything. I feel like there's such a broad range that is represented. So please take how this resonates with you. And there's something that is holding you back from speaking freely. So we'll come to these cards later. I want to look at your tarot first. And with the air, you know, with the freedom, I feel like you will free yourself of whatever is holding you back. But this reading is to kind of remind you that, or to bring awareness to you that there's something that is wanting to be expressed through you, whether it's wisdom, whether it's, you know, Akashic records, whether it's kind of mystical information. It could be songs, it could be poetry. Something is wanting to be expressed from you. There we go. 10 of Cups. The Emperor. 6 of Pentacles. The Lovers. Queen of Cups. Okay. So you are a leader. You are a visionary. You are someone who is kind of, you know, like a public figure almost. That doesn't necessarily mean a celebrity, but someone that a lot of people look up to. A lot of people are inspired by you, and if you don't see that happening yet, know that there are people who are actually very inspired by you, and soon in your life it'll happen in a way that is more obvious, that, you know, perhaps like you're going to be seen a lot more. Like maybe a lot of people will come tell you they're actually inspired by you. You're going to see it in a much more like pronounced way, that you are impactful. You are someone that a lot of people look up to. And that's because there's something so loving and giving about you. And also in a very empowering and leadership way. So people feel comfortable around you. People actually find it comfortable to kind of open up to you. You know, you feel like family to them. So, and I feel like this is also part of your purpose, your soul purpose, where perhaps you're meant to unite a lot of people together, particularly people from different backgrounds. You'll be bringing a lot of people together with your voice and your words and your manifestations. So, you know, even though you're so approachable and relatable, you are also someone who is wise and like, you don't necessarily have to be in a position of leadership, but people kind of look up to you as if you were. Like, you may be the type where even your boss will come ask you for advice, or someone older than you or someone more advanced than you will actually come ask you for advice, ask you for your opinion, ask you your thoughts, because they trust your judgment. There's something very, I feel like you're just such an old soul. You hold so much wisdom within you, and like a consequence of being an old soul is actually having a lot of these old memories and hurts that were transcending from other lifetimes. So sometimes they're not really very clear in this lifetime, but you are a very, you know, you're a giving person. You have a very sweet effect on a lot of people. People just see you and they're like, oh my God, like they're so sweet. I want to be friends with them. I want to, you know, you could also be like an influencer where people are kind of like, I want to do what she's doing. You know, if you're doing it, then people will feel inspired to do it. So there's something very loving and soft and gentle, yet authoritative and commanding of your energy, you know? There's just so much that you have to offer. I feel that truly you are gentle souls. You're wise wise souls, and the goddess is also here. The goddess energy is pretty strong in your reading. She's here with you. She's helping you heal whatever is blocking you so that everything can flow through you freely, so you can speak more confidently, so you can manifest more confidently. And this is also about self-worth, speaking your truth, speaking kind, empowering words about yourself as well, and speaking what you want into manifestation. So if there's any fear within you, at the moment where somehow you're kind of doubting your own abilities or your own destiny, it'll soon change. It'll soon change. You're going through a much needed transformation, and when this is complete, with this here, this is like the Kundalini and the chakras. Once it kind of becomes activated, or healed, or once the transformation is kind of complete, there's no going back. And I just, there's so much depth within you. There's so much you have to offer. I could go on for a whole day, seriously, with your reading here. There's so much. You definitely, you'll reach your destiny no matter what obstacle you're facing right now. And I feel like even though maybe you're seeing something, you're feeling like, oh, this can't relate to me, you'll soon see that it will. There's really no obstacle. I feel like maybe it's more in your mind than it is externally. And if it's there externally, it's a lesson that is helping you transcend. So, wow, okay, you have ease with Lakshmi. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. Yeah, I feel like your life purpose is somehow tied to manifesting, speaking, chanting, channeling, and it's going to make you very prosperous, I feel. And if not in terms of wealth, in terms of just people will look up to you. You will kind of reach a higher level in your position, and it doesn't necessarily have to have a title or a formal recognition that you are somehow stepping up. There doesn't have to be a formal recognition of that. You'll start to see that you have such a tremendous capability of influencing others, and your power will become more obvious to you soon. Wow, okay, you have Mary Magdalene with Teacher Awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. Okay, yeah, so there you go. This card just explains in one sentence what I just said. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. So yeah, if there is an obstacle, it's just an opportunity to jump over it. In reality, I feel like there's nothing really that is stopping you. It's something that you're perceiving, and eventually it's really not even something that'll hold you back. So there is something very important that you have to share with others. Whether you're a teacher by profession or not, you are a teacher in your own right, because people look up to you, people listen to you, they're inspired by you, and they value your advice and your they look up to you. So that's for you, pile 2. Lots coming up for you. You're on a very beautiful transformation. So be confident And make sure to call on the goddess. The divine feminine energy is very strong here. So whatever goddess you resonate with, connect with that, or with Earth herself, and use that to kind of release whatever fear is blocking you from speaking your truth freely. So that's all for you, Pile 2, and we'll see you again next time. Take care. Welcome, Pile 3, to your reading. So you pick this lovely door, and it says number 42 here. And it says, inner power. By your own command, you brought yourself here. At this moment in life, you have nothing to fear. Yeah, this is solar plexus vibes for sure. But let's see what comes up in your reading. So, by your own command, you brought yourself here. At this moment in life, you have nothing to fear. Okay, let's start with the chakra card. Okay, solar plexus chakra. Wow, and you have the pure element here. This deck kind of has, like a goddess, a yoga pose, or like a deity, or an animal like tied with each chakra, including this is the bija mantra of the chakra. It's Ram, and you have the chakra, like the most potent power of the chakra itself. So with fire coming up in your reading, this says, ignite the powerful energy of your individual light. So yeah, like with both these cards, you are power. There's power within you. There's power to transform. There's power to transform yourself, power to transform your surroundings, opportunities for joy, for community. And I feel like with this energy that's coming, your self-confidence is kind of rising, your self-worth is increasing, your body is kind of transforming, where all of a sudden, this is kind of a glow up. Like we kind of, you see these glow ups happen so often, right? Like in people share their middle school pictures or high school pictures, and they kind of, I don't know, I mean, maybe you didn't expect them to like glow up or become what they are currently. And that's kind of like what's happening with you. Perhaps, you were kind of not seen before, you didn't have much confidence within yourself, and now you're going through this period where you're just coming into the light, you're shining your light, you're making yourself like seen, like you're showing yourself finally, and people are noticing. So let's see what else comes up, because this is so lovely. Okay, you have Spirit Keeper of the North. So the North has to do with winter, nighttime, resting. This, to me, this is perhaps you were in the dark long enough. You were hidden long enough, and now it's your time to shine. You're coming out, you're coming up. Yeah, like if you kind of, you doubted yourself, or, you kind of kept yourself hidden, the time is coming where you're going to be out, you're going to be seen. And I think this is also asking you to give yourself, like rest and adequate, whatever is necessary to kind of, make this transformation easy, because it can be rough, even though it sounds great and it might look great to other people. But sometimes we could feel our fears can come up, like, oh my gosh, what if I go back to being myself, where I didn't feel so confident and worthy, you know, what's going to happen. Those fears kind of crop up, or sometimes it's just overwhelming, you know, like the attention we receive, or, you know, like even our own energies. Maybe things were, we were so quiet before, and now we feel so excited and motivated. And that's kind of the energy that is highlighted here, pile 3. You're going through that phase where you're coming out of your shell. So be gentle with yourself, because this could be a really, like the journey could be like energetically, like kind of like, you know, just give yourself rest, give yourself space, give yourself what is necessary during this transformation. Fire. Again, you got the fire element itself. Yeah, like you're on fire, pile 3. You're kind of, you're glowing up. You're maybe climbing the ladder in your profession, whatever it may be. You know, maybe you're starting to get more followers, more promotion. You're kind of, your influence is widening. More people are seeing you, and so far it all feels very positive. You could be feeling nervous within yourself, and with the solar plexus chakra, sometimes when it's kind of, there's too much of this, it could translate to anxiety. It could translate to kind of, you know, where like we want to keep going, but we can't stop. Like, even though physically our body can't handle it, like it feels like there's just so much within us that we want to do, we want to accomplish, so we don't want to give ourselves the rest. Be mindful of that, and make sure to actually, you know, like no burnout here, no pushing yourself past your limit. Recognize that. Even if your mind doesn't see it, or, you know, you're not seeing it consciously, logically pay attention to, oh, you know what, I think I was working late the past 3 nights. I need to sleep in. I need to take a day off. Whatever that may be, give yourself that rest. And this could also mean if you're kind of in the spotlight a lot, if you are constantly working with people, you may need the time alone as well. So allow yourself whatever is needed. So we're going to come back to these cards later, and I want to pull tarot. Flipped. I thought a card flipped. Okay. Nope. Queen of Swords, Page of Cups, the Hermit, Ace of Swords, and 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, for a lot of you, you are coming out of your shell. This is definitely a new energy for you, where maybe you haven't felt this way in the past. You've never felt so confident about yourself. And all of a sudden, you know, things are changing. You want to take advantage of this kind of newfound energy that's there for you. The cards are kind of reiterating that, because there is a possibility of like a burnout here, pile 3. Don't push yourself too much. understand your limits, give yourself the rest that is needed. And that could be something you're not, I don't want to say not familiar with, but something that is not like a common practice for you. So if you have never meditated before, perhaps now is the time to kind of take that up. If it's kind of hard for you to just sit and rest without engaging in any sort of activity, allow yourself to do that at least like 10 minutes a day. Allow yourself to just sit and be in the moment without focusing on your next task, without thinking too much, just be simply. So it may be like time for you to kind of look at new ways, unconventional ways of resting, rejuvenating, or maybe even your approach. If you're kind of expending too much of your energy, maybe you need to invest in some other things that will help you accomplish your tasks much more easily. So you definitely are like go-getters. You could be fire signs, but that's not necessary here. I feel like for a lot of folks, I feel that you may actually not be a fire sign because you're kind of, this energy is like new for you. You haven't been in this state where you feel so happy and confident and free and wanting to work, wanting to manifest, wanting to really go after what you want. Perhaps you haven't felt that way in a really long time. So, it's happening, and maybe you're kind of having like a FOMO, like, oh, what if I miss out on all these opportunities? I'm going to have to push myself. I'm going to have to, give it my all. And the cards are kind of, there's nothing to worry about here as long as you recognize your own limits, as long as like you're paying attention to yourself. This is not a big deal at all. But if you are someone who tends to overwork or, kind of overgive, overdo, set your sights too high, that sort of thing, maybe pull back a little, just a little, and go slower. So you're very at this stage, it's actually very true that you have a lot at your reach. There's possibility of manifesting a lot, of creating a lot. Possibly the work that you put in now, it's gonna pay off a lot more now than it ever would. So there's you kind of sense that, so you kind of want to push yourself more. By all means, push yourself, but recognize the limit. Don't push yourself past your limit. That's really all that you need to keep in mind, to honor your own body, to honor others as well. If you are working with other people, sometimes maybe the energy and enthusiasm that you have here, maybe others don't share it on the same level, and be mindful of that. So don't exhaust someone with your own ideas and with your own initiatives where they feel like, oh my God, maybe this is too much for me to handle. So be mindful of that as well. So, okay, let's see these two cards now. Divine abundance. Wow. You were born to align with love's will. Follow the Tao and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. So, yeah, like you're, the power of like attraction, of kind of, it's not manifestation. It's really, it's building, creating. you know, like you putting in the work and that work paying off is so high for you right now. Whatever you want to create, even if it's something that it's kind of, you know, in its early stages right now, it has the potential to grow into something really beautiful and really successful and prosperous here with Goddess Lakshmi coming in your reading. There's immense potential here. So let's see this card as well. You have Radha with Soul Flame. It says, rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. So that's the energy I was kind of picking up on earlier when I said do something unconventional or do something you're not used to. Even though it's like there's so much going for you right now, there is a need to maybe keep an open mind, to maybe use discretion and use your intuition, but know that sometimes you can actually do more without, like, by saying less. You can, like, you know, you can accomplish more when you are rested, rather than kind of pushing yourself. So, and it's also about kind of honoring other people around you, because I feel that a lot of you are in the spotlight, are working with other people, you're being noticed, you're being seen. So recognize the responsibility of that and know that other people are watching you and learning. So, you know, recognize that even though you may have all these ideas and things that you wish to portray to others, they can only relate to you so much. So maybe there are times that in order to make yourself more relatable, you need to turn down this fire just a little bit. You don't, you know, it's not about dulling yourself or anything like that. It's just about recognizing that your energy right now is a lot more potent and active than others around you. So don't push people too much. You know, if recognize that others may need a break too, because you don't want to kind of sever ties with anybody at this point either. So I feel like mostly you're doing great, Pal 3. There's nothing of major concern to worry about, and know that even if something, you know, if a miscommunication happens, there is, like, you can easily fix it. So there's no like major setbacks here. This is just kind of cautions to pay attention to as you proceed in your journey, because there's a lot you are doing, a lot you are creating, a lot you are building, and you are definitely working with other people. So to kind of honor all those relationships, recognize the way others have helped you on your path, make sure to you know, appreciate them as well, and to show that. Don't get too caught up in yourself and your own accomplishments or initiatives. Like, be mindful of others that are with you on this journey as well. And whenever necessary, know that it's important to kind of take a break or take it slow. Sometimes even if it's not for yourself, for the sake of other people as well. You know, you could be a leader of a company, or you know, like, you could be managing multiple people, and even though there's a lot you want to get done, you have to recognize that other people may not be as energetic as you are. So to kind of take a break whenever it's necessary. So that's all for you, pile 3. I hope that resonated. Please let me know in the comments if it did. I'd love to hear about it. And we'll see you again next time. Take care. Welcome, pile 4, to your reading. So you picked this card, which kind of looks like a temple. I can't really see what deity that is, but it kind of looks like a temple of some sort. Very beautiful. So you picked patience. Everything soon will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. So something is coming up that maybe you've waited for a long time. All right, so we'll start with your chakra card first. You have Owl with wisdom, and this says, use all your senses to perceive the wisdom and information you are seeking. So this has to do with the third eye. And with the owl coming through, I really, so much. Firstly, you know, I feel that you're receiving signs from nature, from the world around you. So pay attention to maybe repeating symbols, repeating numbers. You know, could be that you're seeing owls a lot. Just pay attention to whatever feels the most joyful to you. When you see something and you're just like, oh, that makes me happy, pay attention to that. Those symbols, what kind of, you know, motifs or imagery are speaking to you, because there's more beyond what you can see here. The third eye chakra goes kind of beyond like the physical world. So the first 5 chakras, from the root to the throat, have to do with the elements, and those are part of the physical world, right? So earth, water, fire, air, and space. Even though you can't see space, you know that it's there, because we one of the other cards had the throat chakra, so I was explaining this, but you know, as far as we can see in the universe, we see space, but we don't physically see space. Like, you see the sky, but there's nothing tangible or physical to, you know, see. But nevertheless, you see it and you know it's there. And we move beyond that to the third eye chakra, where now you're going past to what is even remotely visible. And the element of the third eye is light and dark. And one aspect of it is in the physical realm, but a lot more of it has to do with the information we perceive, what we're seeing, what we are viewing beyond just our sight. It's what we feel when we perceive information. So an example of that are symbols, right? They could be a very like a cross, or the elemental symbols where it's a triangle. They're very short, right? Or they're very simple, but the meaning that they hold is beyond that. So in a way, the physical world is actually a very limiting aspect of what we see and what we can perceive. And we can perceive a lot more than we can actually quantify and translate. And that's kind of the energy that's here. Everything soon will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. So with this, I feel that perhaps in your life journey so far, you've seen a lot of darkness, or you've experienced things without really understand the meaning behind them. And now things are being revealed in a way where all that will become clear. Even though you thought you were seeing, to put it simply, you thought you were just looking at a triangle, but you were looking at a divine masculine sign. The up triangle facing up is divine masculine. So you thought all you were seeing so far was a triangle, but truth is there was so much more to that image, to that picture, that you couldn't see before. But now you are wiser, so you see more. And that's kind of what is happening in your life, where so far maybe you've only seen one perspective. You've only seen with your physical eyes, or you were able to understand to a limited extent what you had seen. But now there's kind of an expansion happening where you're going to see a lot more, and you're going to understand a lot more. You see what I mean? This goes more than what you can see with the naked eye. It's seeing more than what is in the picture. And it's actually like, it's a sign of wisdom, where things will actually get easy for you, because you will see, even like certain recurring symbols or signs, or even feelings that you may perceive will hold more meaning. So you'll become more wiser. And if you've kind of like gone through negativity in the past, know that it's shifting. Let's see what more comes up, because I could go on for days, but there's a lot coming up here, and I want to not keep you here for a whole day. So let's see what else comes up. Okay, so you have the medicine bag. So this is going beyond this lifetime. I feel that maybe so far you've only realized a very small amount of your gifts and your wisdom, and now it's kind of, there's an expanse happening where you're gonna see a lot more, you're gonna understand a lot more, and that's gonna give you the tools that you need to really heal and kind of like really blossom, like come out of your shell, to kind of ascend in a way. You can finally release everything that has happened and move forward very easily, I feel. Okay, and you have Earth. What I feel is happening here? I feel like you're a very old soul. You have a lot of past life gifts. You may already have certain talents, but now there's going to be a whole new light on that. A lot more maybe will open up within you, and this will feel like a rebirth. I feel that a lot of you maybe were transcending a lot of stuff from past lives, things that you didn't understand why you had to go through, and now you're kind of like being born again, so you can actually experience this incarnation, this life that you were meant to experience. So now that past life baggage is no longer relevant. You're not holding on to it anymore, so you're free to fly. You don't have heavy baggage, you have very light baggage, and you only have the things that you need. And with that, kind of like a new adventure is starting for you. The life that you were supposed to experience on Earth is just now beginning for you. so far you were just releasing, transcending, without it really making much sense for you. And maybe whatever skills that you had picked up, you were like, oh, okay, like that's, you were kind of, it's such a small amount of skills that you truly have. And now you're going to start picking up more of those skills. And you'll see just how blessed and abundant and divine you truly are. So I want to save these cards for later, and I want to pull your tarot. This is the Guardian of the Night Tarot, and I don't think I've used it in a like a YouTube reading before. And I love this deck so much, and today this was the only thing I could kind of I don't know, it was calling to me, so I was like, okay, we're gonna do this today. Five of Swords, Ace of Wands, Ten of Swords, Knight of Cups, the Sun. Okay. So yeah, you've been through a lot, pile 4. I feel like, endings on top of endings. It's like you thought, oh, like I finally went through this really tough time in my life. I'm so ready to start again, and like all this excitement, and then it falls flat again, where you're like, oh my God, do I bother having hope anymore? Do I bother looking forward to anything? Because it just seems like everything's a disappointment. And you know what? Like, it's finally time now. Some of you, I feel like you just, maybe you're not feeling very hopeless right now, or hopeful right now. Maybe you're feeling still that, my God, I'm exhausted. I feel like I'm just tired and done, but your life is actually just starting. It's still, you have no idea what is coming up, and you can't even imagine what is coming up right now. So if you don't have any hope, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't look for it, because you don't need hope right now, because life itself will change so magically, and you'll know that you deserve this all along. So it'll happen. You don't need to wish for it. You don't need to pray for it. It's happening. You're closing all the old chapters. So at this time, pile 4, I can really feel the sense of exhaustion that you have gone through so far. Possibly there are, things that are still confusing for you. So try your best to let go of what has happened in the past. And even if it doesn't make sense, just say, okay, you know what? It happened. I don't need to make sense of it to release it. And try your best to just kind of focus your energy on being in the present. The past is over, and you can't see what is in the future yet, because it's actually something I feel no one can really explain to you, because it's such a unique thing for you. It's your path, your unique path. So no one can really say anything here. So don't worry about what the future will look like. Just let it happen. Let it come to you. And you've definitely waited a long time for this, a very long time, possibly a lifetime. So just, be in the present moment. You really don't have to prove yourself anymore. There's nothing you need to do other than just be happy where you are, and you will see that things will reveal themselves in time a lot more clearly. So I want to see, of course, you have change. And this says, when the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. So yeah, this change is inevitably happening. And with the sun being your final outcome card, there's more happiness and success and surprises and joy that you can even imagine. So imagine the most joy that you can feel, and that's still nothing compared to the joy that's coming to you. So let it just come to you, because it's happening. Change is happening. And even though you may have you may have had a lot of false starts in the past, this time it's here to stay. This time, the final change that is happening is irreversible for you. And you actually got 2 cards from the Keepers of the Light deck. So you have Diana with focused intention, and you have Brigid with inner strength. The divine feminine energy is strong here. So Gaia is also here, the earth, Earth herself. And I feel like it's time for you to realize that you belong here. Like, you're not here just to transcend your past. You're also here to fulfill your purpose and live your life. And that's what's coming up for you now. So with these cards, it's like, stay in the present. Don't daydream, but focus on what you truly want to experience in this lifetime. Regardless of how that manifestation will arrive to you, or how that experience will arrive to you, because you're kind of past the stage of manifestation. You've manifested these in lifetimes before. You've prayed for this for a lifetime. So it's not, it's like everything is coming to you now, regardless of what you're manifesting. So keep your thoughts positive, keep your intentions positive, and kind of like choose the best for yourself. It's not about dreaming or hoping. It's just about being in the present moment and knowing that you just deserve to feel good now, and you deserve to feel good at every moment in your life. So choose that, set your intentions from that place where, if your intention is to just be free and happy, kind of focus on that energy. Like, if your intention is to experience unconditional love, want it so much with your body that it becomes a living reality. And you can already do it. I feel like you don't really have to do anything extra, like it's already there. But it's like make a conscious effort to not kind of go down, these like wormholes from your past, or, go back to the past and try to look for an explanation of why things happened. Bring yourself to the present, ground yourself, choose positive thoughts, choose happiness, choose the right company. And if that means being by yourself, then choose that. And you'll see eventually that, actually not even eventually, it's coming up soon. I feel like you are slowly starting to see changes. You're kind of in that in-between where the old has kind of left you. It's done. You've transcended. And it's kind of like, all right, catch your breath, just take a rest here, and then things will come just one after the other for long term. So right now, just sink your feet into the earth and breathe, because everything is working out, even if you can't see it. Trust that the divine has a very beautiful destiny for you. Very beautiful, magical, unique, very original as well. So that's all for you, pile 4. I really hope that resonated. If it did, please let me know. Please leave a comment because I'd love to hear about it. And we'll see you again next time. Take care.